think it's time. As you can see, what I got on the screen, because I'm not playing. I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of my word. I started this stream a little early. Let y'all get in. Please go vote on the poll. Please go vote on the poll. If you don't see the poll, let me know. Please let me know if you don't see the poll. I'm about to go check it out on my phone real quick to make sure I can see it, so I can give proper instructions on how to see it. We're gonna talk real Blexit today. I know y'all been hearing a lot of this craziness. Let me see. As you can see, I don't see the poll. What I got on the screen, because I'm not playing. I'm a man of my word. I don't see the poll on the mobile, but that's all right. That's all right. Y'all, some of y'all may not be familiar who I have on the screen. Some of y'all may not be familiar on who I have on the screen. And that's okay. We're going to talk about him today. And I'm going to tell you why you should vote for him for New York State governor. I know a lot of y'all thinking, man, we got to stick with the Democrats. Oh, no, I got to stick with the Republican. No, you don't. No. Remember, I talked to y'all several times about how the importance of local government. This is that time. Remember, I told y'all, if you're not happy with the president, you shouldn't have to move to a different country. You should just be able to move states. This is the reason why. We're going to discuss that today. I'm going to play some videos because it's important that y'all hear from the horse's mouth. I'm going to play some videos. Yes, you're going to see me on the screen. Yes, you will see me. Here I am. You will see me. Trust me. You will. But it's some important things we need to talk about. Now, remember how I always said how New York State should be split into two. I'm here to backtrack on that. Because through the Libertarian Party, I was able to get my eyes open to a better alternative option that doesn't involve splitting a state into two. It's a simple solution. A simple solution, and before I get to that solution, the issue has always been our current governor. Our current governor was the issue. The way he governed our state is the issue. It's not that we need to split into two. We don't need that. Maybe I was being a little irrational in that aspect. I was overdoing it in that aspect. I was going to the extreme in that aspect. Anybody that ever worked with me know I always told them my idea how it would work. Yonkers down, they get New York. Everything above that, we take it. And watch us thrive. I said it. I said we can thrive without New York City holding us back. Without New York City taking our casino revenue. Because now my city is broke. But hopefully, we can make some headway. I don't know if Larry can pull it off. I don't know if he reached the masses the way he could have, or maybe he should have reached the masses. No fault to him. I don't know if he reached that pinnacle. For those of you that's going to watch on playback, I appreciate it. But I don't know if Larry reached that pinnacle, to be completely honest with you. I don't know if he broke through the mold. He got some phenomenal interviews. Glenn Beck, Joe Rogan. I mean, he went everywhere he was supposed. He did everything he was supposed to do. But we know this media is biased to a two-party system because that makes money. It's easier to fight with just two people in the ring and not adding a third entity because that third entity can confuse people. Because there's people that's shaky in their corner. It's some shaky people in the Democrat. It's some shaky people in the Republican. And typically those shaky people can easily be pulled out of those parties and be brought into the light. See, the color for libertarian is yellow. What does it actually mean? I say it's the light, to be completely honest with you. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. Because we were forced into a tunnel, whether you were a Democrat or you were a Republican. Thinking that you had to always think that way, you had to agree on every single policy, and that was the way of life. But the Libertarian Party came out, and they showed us the light. You understand me? Let me give you some background on Mr. Larry David Sharpe. He was born July 12th, 1968. So he's already a great man because he was born in July. He is an American business consultant, entrepreneur, and political activist. He was a candidate for the Libertarian Party nomination for Vice President of the United States in 2016. Sharpe is the founder and managing director of Neo Sage Group, Inc. On July 12, 2017, he announced his candidacy for governor of New York in the 2018 elections. So over a year ago, Larry Sharpe has announced his candidacy. Now, some people like Alan and a few other people said they were campaigning for him for the longest, and I missed it. Now, Larry is from Queens, New York. See, the first thing you would think I would be suspicious of him because I'm like, yo, I said I wanted to separate from downstate New York. I feel like downstate New York has been holding us back. You would think that would be my disposition on it. You would think that. But here's a video I want to play for y'all. I want to play this video for y'all, Larry Sharpe, on why my disposition is not that. Check him out.
State specifically, we don't want one city running the entire state, and this is common in many areas, right? New York State is so varied. We have mountains as good as Colorado. We have farmland as good as the Midwest. We have lakes. We have rivers. We have Niagara Falls. We have New York City, the biggest city in the entire nation. We have it all in my state. How in the world can that be run by one city? It's impossible. I want to allow counties to be counties and regions to be regions and people to be people, and it's totally fine. The issue becomes, why do I want to enforce my will upon you? I want you to be as conservative or as liberal as you want to be. People tease me and say, Larry, you're from Queens. How do you know what's right for upstate? I don't. That's the point. And guess what? You don't know what's right for me in Queens either. We're even. How about I let you be you, you let me be me, and we can all be free together.
What a concept.
It can work.
They don't really know about you. We are. They don't really know about
That's
you.
all I'm saying. He gets it. He gets it. He understands that we live a different lifestyle upstate New York. We are not New York City. He gets it. Do you understand me? He gets it. We shouldn't be living like New York City because we're nothing like New York City. New York City is a nice city to visit. I love the vacation. I love the energy in New York City. But I wouldn't live there. I have talked to my wife about this. We would not live in New York City, especially not with kids. That's not for us. That does not make New York City less. That just means it's not for us. So how the hell can somebody who's from New York City and only cares about New York City tell me how to live my upstate lifestyle? That has been the problem with Governor Cuomo. He don't understand. Not everybody in New York State is fucking liberal. We hunt up here. We camp up here. Name somebody from New York City who know anything about fucking camping. They don't. They don't know anything about camping. They don't know anything. That's why Larry Sharpe is the guy that I'm telling y'all to go vote for. When my friends asked me, yo, tomorrow, my man was like, yo, man, I don't know what's going on with these politics. I'm trying to keep up, and I want to at least vote, man. Yo, let me know who I should vote for. I told him I'm going to get back to you after I do my show because I want to do my proper due diligence to give you the correct answer. I sent him a text today and said, Larry Sharpe is our guy. I said, Larry Sharpe is our guy. Right here. He's our guy. And the reason why he's our guy is because he speaks to us. Your guy should be who speaks to you. What is it that we want? We like guns up here. My man, he's a gun owner. I'm a gun owner. I have several guns. He has several guns. We like guns up here. We hunt. We fish. We camp. We vacation. We don't care about no big city shit. We are small towns. We support. We aim to support local businesses. We live a different lifestyle up here. It is nothing like New York City up here. It's two totally different worlds, upstate New York and downstate New York. Now, is there some people who prefer to live the downstate New York lifestyle? Of course there is. But is there some people who love to live a slower lifestyle? a calmer lifestyle. They want to just drink, go to work hard, take they kids on vacations, come back, live a little cheaper. Taxes a little because of the state, but the state is just outrageous with taxes. You see what I'm saying? They use every excuse to increase the taxes. They try and do every which way to increase taxes. Throw us with fees. We dealing with a garbage fee in Niagara Falls, New York. Speaking of Larry, please have somebody correct the spelling on your caption videos, my guy. We can't have that. We can't have you out here looking crazy. Come holler at me. Mark Media Network to get you taken care of. I'll fix all that for you. Niagara Falls is spelled wrong. Gentrification. And another video was spelled wrong. I don't know what the hell's going on. Who's doing that? But we get you taken care of. No hard feelings. It don't matter. It matters, but it don't. I'm just, I got to say something to be objective. But we live a different lifestyle. Just like they live a different lifestyle. And like he said, he doesn't know what it's like to live down there, and we don't know what it's like to live down there. I mean, he doesn't know what it's like to live up here, and we don't know what it's like to live down there. So someone, like he said, should fix that. And I always thought, man, listen, the easiest way to fix this is to split the fucking state. Y'all downstate, y'all can take New Jersey, right? Because we can keep it 50 states if you really want to. Take New Jersey, New York City, and all the boroughs, all the way up to Yonkers. Woodbury, all that shit. Take it all. Y'all can be New York. Y'all can take the actual name New York. You know they got Virginia and West Virginia? Y'all can take it. Take New York. We'll take the rest up here. Just give us the rest of the state. We'll call ourselves Western New York. Or Upstate New York, whatever. We'll come up with another name. Northern New York. Fuck it. We'll come up with something. Because we got Central New York, Western New York. We'll come up with something on our own. That was my solution to the whole problem, to be honest. That was my solution. And then Larry, he showed me the light. He's like, no. We don't need to do that. Let's just let the counties take care of it. The counties know how to govern their own county because they know how their people are. They know their people. You go to a city council meeting, and you can solve those issues without the interference of downstate New York. Downstate New York is trying to make us all live like we downstate New York. We don't fucking live that way. That's why our gun laws is a little bit different. Downstate New York, you can't even bring a gun in New York City. Minimum 3 years. 1 year for every bullet. Or 3.5 years, something like that. You can't even bring a gun in New York City. And y'all know us. We like to carry our guns everywhere. We like to swing them things. We like to carry our guns everywhere up here. So we shouldn't be governed the same way. It doesn't make sense. And I've always said that. Larry just gave me a better option. That's all. No one ever challenged me on my options. People say, oh, that's never going to happen. But they never challenged me or said I was wrong when I said it. That's how I know I've always been right about it. Because no one has ever said, no, we don't need to split the state up. That won't work. They always said, it ain't going to happen, but it sounds good. Sounds like a great idea, but it ain't going to happen. And then Larry brings a better option. We just need to let the county govern its own county. We don't need all this goddamn interference. And that's my issue with Democrats. They interfere too damn much. They want everybody to live their one fucking lifestyle. They want everybody to live their way. Here, let me put some fear in you and take your rights. Let me play this other video. Just listen to this. Listen to this.
Remember, in America, it's very rare that the government just takes our rights. Almost always, we vote them away because of fear. I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that, I'm afraid of him, I'm afraid of her. Please take my rights. Make me safe, take my rights. And New York State is a great example of that. We do that constantly. I'm afraid, vote it away. Two issues to remember. The first thing is the idea that New York City outvotes New York State is a myth that's perpetuated so that people don't vote, and it's working. In reality, as I mentioned, 1/3 of New York people who live in New York City aren't born in the country. 1/3 aren't born in New York City. Most can't vote. The actual data out of New York City, only about 1.5 million New Yorkers out of New York City people actually vote. They can be outvoted. But the problem is everyone believes they can't. So we have a 70% of New Yorkers don't bother voting, most from upstate. Because upstate believes what you just said. Why bother? New York City is going to outvote us because they have 8.5 million people. Yeah, but only 1.5 million actually vote.
There's two things in that video that I wanted you to pay attention to. One is how they use fear to vote our rights away, or get us to vote our own rights away. And the other one is how we all fell for the okie doke. See, most people, include myself, always assume locally our vote don't really matter, especially on the state level, because New York City just gonna outvote us. Shit, on all levels actually, on the state and federal level. I always said New York City just gonna outvote us because they got more people than us. They're gonna just wash us away, outvote us, and our voices never gonna be heard up here. That's why I always advocated for the split. When Larry said that, I was suspicious of it. I'm like, nah, out of 8 million people down in New York City, I always thought about 6, but whatever, 8 million people down in New York City. Only 1.5 can fucking vote. That don't make sense to me. And I'm like, so why the hell? I'm like, we got more people than that upstate. Why the hell are we letting that slide? You know, start Googling things. Start doing some Googles. You start to realize Larry ain't that damn wrong, man. Larry's not that wrong when it comes to that, man. A lot of people downstate, a lot of people have my disposition upstate. We always assume that New York City is just more people. They're going to outvote us. That's why they can always remain blue. But with this information, we can fix that in one vote, in one election. We can let them know, hey, we're going to show up and show out. And then I start to realize, based on a podcast I listen to, a lot of people that work in New York City don't live in New York City. A lot of them live in New Jersey, which means they got to vote via New Jersey, especially American citizens. Some of them never updated their DMV registration, so they still voting through their, back home. I know a girl, I listen to a girl podcast, she's from Oklahoma, she still votes in Oklahoma. A guy who, her counterpart is from Florida, he still votes in Florida. I'm like, So it just all started to click for me. I'm like, so you telling me we've been hit with the okie doke once again? We've been thinking that since New York City, more people, they're going to go ahead and just outvote us. That's not the case. Again, this is something we have to think about tomorrow when we go to those polls. Or for those that have been thinking about not going to the polls. If you have been thinking about not going to polls, you may want to go ahead and think about going to those polls. Because let's just be completely honest. I mean, we can outvote New York City. We can get Cuomo out the office. See, a lot of people I know are thinking about Mark Molino. Here's why I don't want Mark Molino. I believe recreational marijuana should be legal. It is not for the reason of smoking or none of that shit. Recreational marijuana should be legal because it makes sense. Financially, it makes sense. Legally, it makes sense. Now, are they going to vacate those sentences and vacate people's records and things of nature? They should. If you are just a possession offender in regards to marijuana, no violent charges in regards to that, just possession offender, you should be vacated. Why won't New York State legalize marijuana? I'm going to tell you why. We have a licensing issue. We have an issue when it comes to licensing in New York State. Simple forms, you got to jump through hell and high water to get licensing for. You need to be licensed to walk a dog, as Larry said in the video. You need to be licensed to be a hairdresser. So in order to start doing braids out your mama's house, you need a license for that. To be a barber, you need a license for that. I feel like you should have to go do a safety certificate to make sure any and everybody ain't just cutting hair and causing diseases and all types of things. Maybe that makes sense. But to actually have to be licensed to do certain things does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. Why? More paperwork, more taxation, more fees. It's nickel and diming us. They just nickel and diming us. That's all it is. But New York State should have legalized marijuana already. California already done did it. Washington did it. DC did it. Colorado did it. Some parts of Nevada did it. It's coming. What is holding up New York State? What's holding up New York State is we got old farts in office. And you know how I feel about them old farts and these underdeveloped guys, these people who have their hand got their asses tooted up for these big corporations who are holding them back. See, the corporations is trying to get their ducks in order before they say go ahead and legalize it. That's all it is. It's a money game. They're trying to find a way to make sure the rich stay rich and put the necks on the people. It's not hard. We've seen examples of this for years. Colorado has been a prime example for years. California is damn near. We can say California just now legalized recreational marijuana, but they made their green card so easy. You might as well say marijuana was legal. So what's the issue with New York State? Cuomo is the issue, and so is Molino. Neither one. They're gonna okay the medical marijuana, but they're not going to okay the recreational marijuana anytime soon. Cuomo, the back is against the wall, man. We got to make them sweat. Because my issue is I know it's a lot of people that's not going to go out and vote. They don't think their vote matters. You can feel that way in a federal election when it comes to president because we have the electoral college. But when it comes to local government, it's no electoral college. Stateside, it's no electoral college with this shit. Your one vote counts as one vote. Now, I know some people are going to be like, well, Marvin, you always say black people have to get behind a candidate. They got to get their money together. They got to make sure that candidate has a black interest. And then they got to support that person financially and get that person in office with the vote. That's true. But I started saying that this year. We haven't galvanized anyone yet. So in the meantime, we need to get somebody in office, or we got to support somebody that has shared interest. We got to go off shared interest at this moment because we're not ready to move like we need to come next election. We will be. Come 2020, we better be. Come next election, we're going to be in place. Right now, we're not in place to do that. We're in no position to act like that. I can't go get the money and go to the people now. Election's tomorrow. Can't do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for somebody who has our interest, who's what's best for us. Yes, Larry is actually talking about legalizing marijuana. He's talking about fixing the issues in school. Because on Glenn Beck's show, Larry was talking about an idea with school that may or may not make sense. I'll let y'all be the judge of that. To me, I get it because I was one of those kids who were actually smart and I didn't struggle through school. And I felt like a couple years of school was wasteful. And again, I have always said this too. A lot of time in high school is wasted doing trigonometry and algebra 3 and all types of stupid shit. See, what Larry was saying is you go to high school and you be done at 16. Because those last 2 years, why are you taking, because a lot of us know what I'm talking about, why are you taking 5 seminar classes sitting in high school? For what reason? At what age are you eligible to drop out of school? 16, right? 16 is when you're actually legally able to drop out of school because you got to go face 2 years of torture. Imagine if when you got 16, you're done. Now you can go into the workforce. Take some time to get ready for college. Whatever you need to do. Do something actually productive. See, my proposition with that was I don't believe in letting people just fall out of school and then just go ahead and start doing some stupid shit. What I think should happen is at 16, you start to plan for what you want to do in life. Because usually by that time frame, you usually have an idea what you want to do. I started making videos. My first video was made when I was 16, actually. And I knew I wanted to be in the media business in some way, shape, or form. I made a gingerbread video with my boy Fire, a.k.a. Jerry. Me and him made a video called Burn, Baby, Burn. It was a comedy video we made. And I haven't stopped making videos since. I've been on and off. I've finally been getting some consistency. I'm producing a podcast, Trap Nerd Podcast. Make sure you check it out. So at 16, you're done with grade school. Now you have a few options. You go to vocational school, you go to college prep, or you go to prep high school. Meaning, hey, I'm 16. I still don't know what I want to do yet. Let me go ahead and take those extra couple years in school. That's prep. That's prep high school. Preparation for college. Hey, I'm 16. I know what I want to do. It's time to start getting me ready to go ahead and go to college. Now you start taking those dumbass, those 2 years of school that you spend on your bachelor's degree, taking those dumbass entry courses. You take them at 16. We can save a lot of money, especially the school debt, right? Then the third option is vocational school, I got another option as well. Third option, vocational school. So now you start taking you start prepping yourself for vocational school. You start doing electrician, plumber, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to do. I'll even give 5 options. The fourth option, prep for the military. For our soldiers and vets that decide, hey, I want to go into the military, go start getting prepped. Get those tests taken care of. Make sure you're getting your PT in order. Because you may not be in your best shape at 16, but they get 2 years with you. They can get you in shape, prepared for the military. Get an extra 2 years of training. And then, the fifth option, which is my least favorite, is to let you go out into the world. You can work at 16 full time. You know what I mean? You can work at 16 full time. All right, now go ahead and go out to the world. Start getting ready for life. Figure some things out. Get your life together. Extra 2 years into the workforce now. Or more. Add into retirement, whatever you want to do. But those 5 options are much better than sitting in high school, potentially dropping out, not getting a high school education because you had to spend the extra 2 years that you did not need to spend in high school because you was taking seminar classes for the whole time. And people say, oh, what about your Regents diploma, your advanced Regents diploma? I got a Regents diploma. It don't mean nothing. Nobody ever asked me about it. No one has ever asked me about a Regents diploma. I have one. You get a regular general diploma, you get a Regents diploma. It means nothing. And I think it's only New York State that does that New York State Regents diploma shit. To be honest, I don't know any other state that does it. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. If y'all know of any other states that does Regents diplomas, please let me know, and please let me know the significance of it. Because when I filled out my college application, they didn't ask me about my Regents diploma. They asked me if I graduated high school. Provide my diploma. They said provide your diploma. They didn't say bring your Regents diploma too because we can help you out there. No, they didn't do none of that. So those extra 2 years I spent in school to get that diploma was crazy. And I never had enough credits to graduate by the time I was 16, to be completely honest. By the time I got to the 11th grade, no, I was 16 in 11th grade. By the time I finished the 10th grade and was getting ready to get to the 11th grade, I wasn't that far. I just had to take gym classes because you got to take 4 years of gym in New York State. In New York State, you got to take 4 years of gym. I had to take gym classes in order to fucking graduate. 2 more years of gym classes just to graduate. Because everything else was seminars from there on. By the time when I hit 11th grade, I got all my tests done in 10th grade. I hit 11th grade. I think I had to take like one more test, my social studies test in 11th grade, and that was it. And if we planned for somebody to get out of school at 16, they would have properly planned. I would have been able to take it in the 10th grade. There was only one test I had to take in the 11th grade. Regents test. But again, it's for a Regents diploma that you don't need. So I probably didn't even need to do that. You see what I'm saying? All I'm saying is let's talk about who gives us the options and solutions to fix our problem in New York State. Who gives us that? My man Larry Sharp does. I wish I could have found him sooner, to be honest with you. I really wish I could have found him sooner so I could have properly educated y'all along the way. And I could have galvanized and built a team to make sure we got our guy inside. That's what I wish I could have did. Because I felt like I failed us by not knowing this information sooner. I was told about Larry last week. I did a hell of a lot of research and I'm like, yo, where the hell was he at? This is what we been needed. We been needed him. man. Why the hell was he not around? What's going on? Where'd he go? This is who we needed. This is who we needed. And we sat here and lost out. It's not the end of this chapter, though. It's not. We got to shake the game. We got to shake the game up. Larry Sharp got my... I need y'all to go out and vote tomorrow. Go out and vote tomorrow. If you're confused about who you want to vote for Larry. Because he don't sit on either side. He understands both sides. Like, I understand. I told y'all. I've been told y'all this. I told y'all this. I broke out of that Democratic mind because I'm not just supposed to be Democrat. I'm supposed to do what's best for me. I have Republican views, I have Democrat views. Republican views, Democrat views. Democrat views, Republican views. I have both. Why the hell do I got to pick a side? When it's some things that I need from each side. That's what a libertarian does. They understand both sides. They understand it's not my job to tell you how to live. That's why when people say, if you're not pro-life, then you're pro-choice. No, I'm just not a woman. It shouldn't be my decision. I'm not a woman. Now, if you asking me what I feel about it morally, that's another story. But as far as the actual decision, whose it should be, I'm not a woman. I don't know that. I don't know what it's like to grow a baby inside of me. When people ask me, are you pro-gun or for gun restriction? I'm a legal gun owner. And I also know it's some people who don't need to have no fucking guns. You ask me, am I freedom of speech? Do I feel like the government has the right to hold back some things of speech? Or whatever you want to call it. Restrict speech. I'm one of them people who feel like, yes, you should be able to say what the hell you want. And I'm also the same person who says, but if you do, there's consequences for it. Because not everybody going to agree with what you got to say. So if I'm a businessman and I got certain business alignments and you say some shit that fucks up my business, I can't have you on my workforce. I don't care if you got free speech. You fucking my money up. Not everybody understands that. I was sitting there telling people, yo, I got to make me a new party, man. I said, I got to make a new party because the parties we got, the options we got aren't good. I've been saying this for years. I said I'm gonna come out with a new party. I'm gonna run for president in 2028. You know what I mean? I'll be over the age of 35 by then. You know what I mean? Run for a president by 2028. We're gonna be lit. We're gonna be good. And then I understand that there's a party already out there that understands me. Him. He gets it. He gets it. Shout out to Jess. Jess is the one who introduced me to him. She's the one who told me about him. She said, hey, check this guy out. She sent me, I think, some links to podcasts. I went and checked out the podcast, listened to the whole thing. I went and checked out a whole bunch of stuff. And was like, this dude understands me. He gets me. I said he gets me. I was like, why the hell didn't I find him sooner? Because he talks to me, he understands me, he talks like me. He understands we're not supposed to tell people how to live. We're not supposed to tell people how to live. Make sure y'all vote on the poll, please. Let me see something. I done messed up. I've been trying to figure out this whole poll thing all show. And I think I finally got it. Let me see something. Let me see real quick. So in the meantime, we need to get somebody in office. We gotta support somebody. Find him sooner because he talks to me, he understands me, he talks like me. He understands we're not supposed to tell people how to live. So we're getting traction on the poll. I finally got it. I got it figured out. 100% people say they're gonna vote. We're gonna keep doing this, you know. But let me let y'all hear another video in regards to Larry, as another thing I've always said. Whenever they say, I said, whenever they start talking about ways to fix our issues, is to invest, is to bring in big businesses, bring in something. Whenever they say they got to bring in something, That means taxes. More taxes, more taxes. And New York State is the highest tax state in the country. And again, I find a video of Larry speaking my language. He's going to articulate it better for me. Here we go.
Every time you hear the word invest, what you should hear is more of your taxes. Every time you hear invest, it means taxes. Everything I tell you will incur no extra taxation whatsoever. You want to make the poorer communities be resilient to gentrification? It's called ownership, and it's called supporting small business. The more ownership we have in poor communities, when they gentrify, they gain. That's what I want. Ownership in their housing, as Howie mentioned, ownership in their businesses by supporting small business. We have to stop bribing big business from coming to this state and instead support small business by doing things like making the taxation simpler, taking care of our workers' comp, making it so that if you're a small business that you sell only locally, you don't have to be in any way, shape, or form beholden to federal regulatory bodies, making it easier for small business, to include small farmers, letting small farmers be treated like small businesses. They get SBA loans. On top of that, why in the world aren't we encouraging things like Bitcoin, blockchain, hemp, cannabis? These are all new ideas that bring the youth back to our state. We do that, we win.
How many times do y'all see me on my page? How many times do y'all see me on my page, right? And I specifically say, or I specifically do. I don't just say, I do. How many times have y'all seen me on my page promoting somebody's small business or local business? How many times? Trap Nerd Creations is a local business. I just posted a picture today, said first day on Young's Oil. Young's Oil is an oil business for beards. You know what I mean? You put the oil on your beard, it's supposed to have it plush. My first day on it. Sarah's business. Anybody that I know or I come across, Deja Blinks, with the girl that does eyelashes. Juicy Monet, where she does lip gloss and, drenched. I bought that. My daughter loves the lip gloss. I'm not putting that out like, oh, my daughter's drenched. No. My daughter loves the lip gloss. Hold on, let me show y'all. I don't just talk. I put my money where my mouth is. This is a Trap Nerd long sleeve t-shirt. It's a large, but long sleeve t-shirt. This is a Trap Nerd long sleeve t-shirt. You hear me? I don't just say things to say them. I back them up. I found Larry Sharp. I immediately followed him. Donated to his campaign on the spot. How many times do y'all see me supporting local businesses? I also announced a new venture I'm going to do in media. It's going to be called, I'm actually going to change the name. I'm actually going to change it. I announced that is where I'm going to be interviewing local and small businesses from around the area. This is the stuff. This isn't just talking. I'm doing what I'm trying to invest my politics in. My politics is matching my lifestyle. I have finally found that action and finally found people that talk my language that are doing what I want them to do in politics. I'm finally finding that, so I'm sharing the information. I wish I found it sooner, but I have been doing this for years. Name a local business that I came across that I didn't support. I just went up to Toronto this past weekend. Local DJ. Supporting him. Showing out. Bought tickets from him. Directly. My own stuff. Which have more supplies coming in I'm going to be announcing. But my own stuff. Men's fragrance. Pride. I'm not a talker, man. I'm not just a talker. I'm a person who's about action. I'm a person who's about action. I don't just talk, I do. I'm not playing with y'all. Let me help y'all understand a few things. My son's birthday cupcakes was from a local business owners. Was a local business owner. Where is it? Oh shit! I can't find it right now. And I don't want to mess. I don't want to mess my flow up. So I'm not going. Listen. If you ever just look at your actions, what you're interested in, right? Because I want to close it out. I want to close it out. But I got another video to play before I close it out. But I want to say this before I play the video and then close it out. Look at your actions. I did a photo shoot for local business. Crown, beautiful. Shout out to Ray. I did the photo shoot for Trap Nerd Creations. Marv Media Network is a local business. I ain't registered. I'm not. I don't like to play. I don't like to play these games. I don't do these game playing things. I put my man, I ain't got it right now. My business license not even. I don't have it down here. It's probably it's in my safe more than likely. My business license is in my safe. But I don't just talk. You know, this is a year's worth of receipts right here. Nice and hefty. It's more in my email. You know, I don't just talk. I don't. Teddy's Car Care, like it's you got to understand how much I support small and local businesses. If I come across it, I'm supporting it. My new media venture is strictly about small and local businesses. My new media venture. I am going to be sitting down interviewing local business owners because I want them to tell their story, what motivated them to do it, and what their ultimate goals are. Things of that nature. Just a casual conversation. To show people the hard work, the dedication, blood, sweat, and tears that it takes to run a business. Small. And why you should support a business as long as you think it's good. I don't think you should support anything because it's a local business. You should support things that are good. So I'm going to be sitting down with business owners in regards to that. Not just black business owners. I know y'all like to say, oh, all you do is say you got to do what's right for black people. And yes, I do. Because I'm black. I'm doing what's right for my culture. But I care about other things too. I'm not a monolith. I'm not just about black stuff or everything black. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not a monolith. Yes, I do care about black culture. I do care about black businesses, things of that nature. But that ain't the only thing I care about. Every vote matters, like Jess said. Every single one. This is not the executive election or national elections. This is your local election. If you don't know who to vote for governor, do me a favor and vote for Larry Sharp. Vote for Larry Sharp. Now, I want y'all to hear this, what he say about problem solving. Let's hear this.
It's another reason why I'm running, right? If people think, well, Larry, you're a third party. No, I'm the only alternative. I'm the only alternative. If people figure out that Cuomo is as corrupt as he is, and the Republicans are as corrupt as they are, they will look for someone who's not corrupt. I'm transparent. I'm not perfect by any means. I'm just a kid from the Bronx. I don't have 1,000 resume checkpoints that someone may like to be governor, and that's awesome. That makes me better. So yeah, it's a time. But to be clear, I'm not vindictive. I'm not about punishment. We are always about punishment. People think, well, great, we'll prosecute him and he'll go to jail. That doesn't solve our problem. Punishing people is fine if you need to be punished, but it doesn't solve our problem. Our culture is broken. The problem is we prosecute them and go, see, he went to jail. Now it's all fixed. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. We have systematic corruption in our system. We must repair that.
They don't really know about you. They don't really know about you.
It's time to Blexit. Now I want to talk specifically to my black people. We have been just giving our fucking vote away to the Democrats and have got nothing in return. Not even a vested fucking interest. They have done nothing for us. Our interests don't even align with that party anymore. The party received our vote because they did a nice little pivot in the 60s, and we just been blindly voting for them since and got nothing in return. Our interests did not align with them. If your interests do align with the Democratic Party, then by any means, vote for them. Vote for the Democratic Party if your interests align with them. But if your interest is shaky, or you feel like, hey, I'm been voting for them forever, I might as well keep voting for them, I'm here to tell you there's an alternative option. My guy, right here. My new party, right here. Now, there's going to be some people out there that's going to be like, why would you join a party that doesn't have a chance to win? We got to start somewhere. We got to start somewhere. We're going to start in these elections tomorrow. November 6, 2018 is the start of a new day. It's going to be a start of a new journey. Because some of our libertarians are going to win around the country. I'm going to make sure I highlight that. I'm going to start showing y'all the way. I'm not going to bash it. I'm going to lay facts on the table, logic on the table, and show you with action. You're going to see it through me. Some of y'all not going to want to break out that mold. That's okay. I'm not talking to you. Some of y'all want to stick to the Democratic Party. That's okay. Stay there. We don't need you. We're going to get the people that we need. They'll come. They'll come because they're not sheep. They'll come because they're not dumb. They'll come because they're not blind. Some will wake up slower than others. We'll take you when you wake up. Don't come here sleep. We're good. There are some of us that have some interest. Some of us even lean more one way towards the other, but we ain't here. We here. But if you here, you should be here with the Libertarian Party. If you here, you should be here with the Libertarian Party. If you here, how the hell are you going to be closer to them? If you here. If you here, how you going to be closer to them? If you there. When all you got to do is come here. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show y'all the light. Your vote matters. November 6th, 2018. I'm dating the hell out of this episode because it's that important. Your vote matters. This is not the national election. There's no electoral college when it comes to this. Your vote matters. And I would love to see you vote yellow. It is time to make a change. We have been ran rampant. We have been ran into the ground. We have been ran into the ground into the city. We got a mayor who's been irresponsible, and now he's trying to get his protege to go ahead and step into his shoes. We'll see about that. It's early to make your announcements, but that's all right. We'll see about that. He's trying to get a little head start, thinking if he gets a head start that we're just going to blindly vote for him. Think again. It is time for a change in this state, and this is the answer. It's time for a change in the country, but we'll get to that in another time. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Please, go vote. Make time to vote. Your job has to give you time to vote. I don't want to hear that my vote don't matter. This is not the general election. It's not national elections. This is local elections. This is state elections. Every single vote counts. 1 for 1. If you want to vote Democrat, do your thing. You want to vote Republican, do your thing. But vote. Alright? Vote. Because things can change. As of tomorrow, we can have some big things happen. I would love to see that happen. I appreciate y'all tuning in to Myers World Radio. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at XXMyers. I'm on everything. Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Make sure you follow Myers World Radio on Twitter and Facebook. Because it's going to be a nice, oh man. I love it. I love it when this kind of stuff happens. And I can't wait to share this information with y'all. We out.